Hello, and welcome to week 15 of Herb Appeal Trivia, the show that proves this week that you can have a cucumber in your pocket and be happy to see someone, not just one or the other. But more on that later. My name is John Chezik. In addition to being the host of this week's trivia, I am also the owner of Herb Appeal Tours, the #1 tour company in Detroit, according to my dog Charlie. Here he is, folks, star of the show. Read him and weep. Not sure if that applies here, but we're going with it. Just like every week, we are highlighting the Black Lives Matter movement. So if you're interested in getting involved, which you should be, go down to the description of this video and you'll find a link with resources to get involved, donate, and ways to educate yourself. I'd also like to give a shout out to this week's sponsor, Gracie Apothecary. They utilize the healing power of plants through herbal tea and essential oil blends. So definitely check them out. They're starting to gear up for their January release, and they're already doing essential oil workshops. One thing that needs to be workshopped, it's essential oils. Now, if you would like to be a sponsor of future shows, hit us up at hello@herbappealtours.com, not .org, .com. I'd also like to give a huge thank you to my two very good friends, Nick and Sarah, once again, as always, helping out behind the camera. Nick's raising the roof back there, move you haven't seen in a while. Still can't see it. I saw it. Just trust me. He's doing it. The roof's a good 6 inches higher than it was prior to this. Structurally unsound. Anyways, let's go. Deadbeat landlord. All right, let's get started with the trivia. If you haven't already, go to crowd.live/herbappeal on that second device of yours, because that's where you're going to answer these questions I'm about to ask you. Now, keep in mind there is a time component to the questions. So the quicker you can get in the correct answer, the more points you're going to get. And the person with the most points at the end of each game is going to be the winner. But how many people do we have?
I have no idea.
Oh, we don't know how many people are, so let's go. First place is going to be the winner, and 8th place, we'll mix it up this week, 8th place is going to get $5 to Boro Resale. So if you're not familiar with Boro Resale, they are a fantastic resale shop in the Eastern Market area, so check them out. Also links to their social media in the description of the video. You can sell your stuff, you can buy some new cool stuff. That's where I got this sweet shirt, but not the sweet sticker. You only get that from voting. So hopefully you did that today. Now, second place is going to get that same $5 to Boro and $5 to Bagley Central, where you can get to-go cocktails and beers. That's fantastic. And house-made jerky. Unlike here, I just have a housemate who's a jerk. Now, first place is going to get both of those fantastic prizes and the greatest gift of all, friendship, and a free walking tour with me. All right, now in between each game, just like past weeks, we're going to do a little thing we like to call Ask John, where you can put questions in the YouTube chat, and I will answer them in between games. But there's a bit of delay between everything, so I would go ahead and start getting those questions in right now so that they're there waiting for me in between games. Otherwise, I'm just going to stand here like a jerk, like Nick. All right, we got a few new things for you this week, so hold on to your butts. Question 1. What former mayor is depicted in this painting? That's right, a photo question. Is it A, Kwame Kilpatrick? Is it B, Coleman Young? Is it C, Hazen Pingree? Or is it D, Dennis Archer? We are looking for who is depicted in this painting. It is hanging up in a public building in Detroit. And that is B, Coleman Young. Now, if you look closely in this picture, he's resting his hand on what appears to be a samurai sword. Now, you might ask yourself, why? And if you're asking me, the answer is I don't know. But what I'd like to think is something similar, if you remember the plot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, where he got a magical scepter that sent him back to feudal Japan. That's my best guess of what happened. 78% of you knew that. Way to go, guys. That's a very high number. Let's go on to question 2. Announced today, what auto manufacturer's CEO has stepped down? Is it A, Ford? Is it B, Volvo? Is it C, GM? Or is it D, FCA, Fiat Chrysler? So it's in the news early this morning. Always staying on top of things around here at Urban Field Trivia. Correct answer there is A, Ford. So Jim Hackett stepped down. Jim Farley is going to be the new CEO. The next one's probably going to be another white guy named Jim. Only 42% of you knew that. Looks like a lot of you thought GM there. But most of you got it right. Or most of you, never mind. Question 3. It was the most popular answer. Was the correct one. There we go. Question 3. What country's troops invaded Fort Detroit during the siege of Detroit? Is it A, Germany? Is it B, France? Is it C, the UK? Or is it D, US of A? Looking at it. Germany, France, United Kingdom. That's not a good British accent. Or the USA. Correct answer there is C, the United Kingdom. It was during the War of 1812. It wasn't much of a siege. Pretty much as soon as the British showed up, Detroit was like, it's yours. All right, well, that is 3 questions in the books. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here. In first place, handsome Robbie Lynn with 282 points. In second place, Will McDowell, another high-earning former champion. And in 8th place, in line to that $5 to borrow, is Laura Dunn. Way to go, Laura. So we got 20 people playing this week. My mom's in the mix. My brother-in-law Tim is in the mix. Jimmy Howard is back. Rebecca Grossman, welcome back. All right, let's move on to question 4. In terms of number of seats, which Detroit theater is the largest? Is it A, Fox? Is it B, Music Hall? Is it C, the Opera House? Or is it D, the Fisher Theater? And for the one with the most number of seats, correct answer there is A, Fox Theater. Has over 5,000 seats, making it the second largest in the nation. Second only to Radio City Music Hall in New York City.
New York City.
Yeah, that's what I said. All right, 43% of you got that right. No surprise there. Oh, tied with a Fisher Theater, eh? Question 5. What NBA G League team was purchased by the Pistons and is moving to Detroit? Is it A, the Maine Red Claws? Is it B, Northern Arizona Sun, mixing weird motions? Is it C, the South Bay Lakers? Or is it D, the Texas Legends? That's not a bad Texas accent. Better than last week. Certainly better than that British accent. We're under a lot of pressure here. Correct answer is B, Northern Arizona Suns. All right, see how many of you guys got that right. 50% of you. That's also, I believe that was announced today, maybe yesterday. Recently, though. Question 6. On what Detroit street does America's Thanksgiving Day Parade take place every year? Is it A, 8 Mile? Is it B, Grand River? Is it C, Michigan? Or is it D, Woodward? I think this one will be a pretty easy one, but you never know. Hopefully you've made it down sometime, because I don't think you're going to have an opportunity this year. Correct answer is D, Woodward. 81%. Way to go, guys. And gals. That was a Midwestern, guys. It could mean anything. I'm sorry. You know what? That's another 3 in the books. Let's take a look at our leaderboard. All right. Looks like we've got a little mix-up in the top 3. So in 8th place is Lloyd Christmas. Relax. He's a limo driver. In 3rd place with 437 points is Will McDowell. In 2nd place, Kamel Kanji. Almost to the top there, Kamel. And in 1st place, everybody's chasing him, is handsome Robbie Lynn. I actually saw Robbie at Honeybee Market today.
How's he looking?
He was looking handsome. Real handsome. Too handsome, I'd say. Question 7. What was the name of Motown's house band from 1959 until 1972? Is it A, the Hip Siblings? Is it B, the Funk Brothers? Is it C, the Cool Cousins? Or is it D, the Groove Sisters? The name of the house band. Correct answer there is B, the Funk Brothers. They played on a crazy amount of #1 hits, and they really got funked out of a lot of money because they barely got paid. There was a good documentary from the early 2000s about them. The name is escaping me. I believe it's like Standing in the Shadows of Motown. So check that out if you want to be depressed. Question 8. What building is being constructed in this photo? Another photo question for you. Is it A, the Fisher Building? Is it B, Ally Detroit Center? Is it C, the Renaissance Center? Or is it D, Ford Headquarters? Looking for which building is being constructed, and that is, of course, C, the Renaissance Center. Like the center tower is just barely begun there. 100%. That is the first time in Herb Appeal Trivia history that has happened. 100%. Way to go, everyone. Question 9. After being elected Detroit's first black woman city council member in 1972, who was elected city council president in 1977? Is it A, Irma Henderson? Is it B, Denise Jameson? Is it C, Charlotte Argyle? Or is it D, Gloria Studebaker? I'll give you a hint. It's the only name on this list that I did not make up. Correct answer there. A, Irma Henderson. Wonderful figure from Detroit's history. All right, that is another 3 questions in the books. We're going to take a gander at this leaderboard. Maybe next time we'll take a goose at it, In 8th place, Aunt Marge Suchinsky from all the way down there in Tennessee. How's that accent? Not that great. In 3rd place, with 603 points, is Will McDowell. In 2nd place is Kamel Kanji, 704 points. And in 1st place, still running away with it, it's handsome Robbie Lynn. See who else we got in the mix there. Talil Prada went up to Leo. We've got Sergei Fedorovs, the plural Sergei Fedorovs is here. My sister, Sarah. And Ronak Kook, which I believe is Connor Good backwards. Can't fool me, Connor. Q Continuum, Laura Dunst, always in the mix. All right, that's enough shout outs for now. We'll do some more later. Question 10. What is the name of the marble lighthouse on Belle Isle's northern head facing Lake St. Clair? Is it A, the Livingstone Memorial Lighthouse? Is it B, the Chris Point Lighthouse? Is it C, the Limp Curve Lighthouse? Or is it D, the Dead Rock Memorial Lighthouse? So looking for the name of the big, it's like light green, I believe. That is A, the Livingstone Memorial Lighthouse. Sarah got it right. And that is the largest marble lighthouse in the United States, and it was designed by none other than Albert Kahn. Kahn! Question 11. Who were the Tigers supposed to play today until the series was postponed due to a COVID outbreak? Is it A, the Florida Marlins? Is it B, the St. Louis Cardinals? Is it C, the Chicago White Sox? Or is it D, the New York Yankees? So the game was supposed to happen today, and they said, nope, too many people are sick. They were supposed to play B, St. Louis Cardinals. So 13 players and staff total were tested positive for COVID, so they decided to cancel the series. I got a feeling the entire season is going to end up going that way. Baseball is a lot of people to keep track of. 81% of you knew that. Good job. It's a pretty big story. Question 12. In what city is Carhartt based? Is it A, Detroit? Is it B, Southfield? Is it C, no, sorry, B, Troy, C, Southfield, or D, Dearborn? City. Carhartt is based, Carhartt, of course, a clothing company loved by construction workers and hipsters alike. And that is located, headquartered in D, Dearborn. Interesting. Oh, Sarah learned something. She goes, oh. Correct answer is B. 29% of you got it. 38% of you thought Detroit. 14% of you thought Southfield. We're not going to talk about Detroit. Question 13. What local potato chip company was started in 1930? Is it A, Better Made? Is it B, Uncle Ray's? Is it C, Great Lakes Potato Chips? Or is it D, Downey's Chips? For one started in 1930, these all are at least from Michigan. But the one started in 1930 is A, Better Made. 90% of you knew that. I ask a lot of Better Made questions. I've said 1930 a lot. No surprise there. We got some smart cookies out in the crowd. So from here on out, we're going to take a look at the leaderboard after every question so you know exactly where you stand. Looks like in 8th place is Rebecca Grossman. Way to go, Rebecca. In 3rd place with 805 points is Kevin Kleps. 2nd place is Kamel Kanji. And 1st place, no surprise, handsome Robbie Lynn. You got Michael Torres is playing today. Coco Chanel. I think she was dead, but we've had several people play from Beyond the Grave, so very popular game to play in the afterlife, apparently. Question 14. Who is seen here taking a picture of Michael Jackson at the Motown Museum? Is it A, Mr. Magoo? Is it B, Stevie Wonder? Is it C, Ray Charles? Or is it D, a random NFL ref? Correct answer there, of course. The rest of them are jokes. Well, I guess Ray Charles could be in the mix, but B, Stevie Wonder. This is one of my favorite pictures I've ever seen because, in case you didn't know, Stevie Wonder is blind. So A, why is he taking a picture? B, where did he get a camera? Why does he have a camera? C, when's he planning on looking at this camera? He's blind. This picture, he's blind. And finally, what the heck? All right, let's take a look at our leaderboard. Well, looks like Robbie Lynn still in 1st place. 8th place moving up is Miriam Pranchke. 2nd place, Kamel Kanji's actually made some ground up on Robbie. Will McDowell in 3rd place, 874 points. Backwards Connor Goods in last place. Connie, pick it up. All right. Let's get to our final question of game 1. What suburb's motto is the city of tomorrow today? Is it A, Redford? Is it B, Livonia? Is it C, Troy? Or is it D, St. Clair Shores? The city of tomorrow today, which I don't even know what that means. Time travel, maybe? Who knows? I want to find out, though. Correct answer there is C, Troy. City of tomorrow today. Only 23% of you got that right. It's kind of an obscure one, no surprising. Let's see if anything changed with our prize winners. So in 8th place, going home with $5 to Boro Resale, is Miriam Pranchke. In 2nd place, going home with $5 to Boro and $5 to Bagley Central, is Kamel Kanji. And in 1st place, he's going to be walking till the day he dies. Well, he's walking towards he's won. Is handsome Robbie Lynn. Way to go, Robbie. All right, I'm going to take a gander at my chat here. Let's see if anybody's asking any questions. How close, my sister asked, how close do you have to be to a person to volunteer to help them move? Closer than brother and sister. Because I'm not doing it. So Robbie Lynn says, I voted. Did you? Yep, got my sticker right here. I voted absentee, but they still sent us a sticker, which is nice. Makes you feel part of the team. Who's got the best patio in Detroit? I'd say either Motor City Wine, or if you count it, I always can never think of this one. This is a question I've had before. On Cav. Old Miami. Who's going to win the 13th District Congressional Primary? Jones or Talib? I'm going to go with Talib. What's your favorite neighborhood barbecue spot? I'd have to go with Parks Old Style Barbecue in North End.
All about the sauce.
All about the sauce. All about the sauce. Don't even eat the ribs, just eat the sauce. It's your favorite taco truck, and Again, I've had this question. It's where Werner kind of makes that curve. It's on the right. I don't know the name, but I know it when I see it. Parks, good call, says Robbie. Well, thanks, Robbie. That means a lot to me. Oh, the opening of that beer. Whoa, dropped my phone. The opening of that beer means not only is it time for game 2, but Nick is thirsty as a wolf. Wolves are famously thirsty. All right, question 1. At what percent of their normal capacity are Detroit casinos now allowed to open? Is it A, 15%? Is it B, 25%? Is it C, 5%? Or is it D, 50%? Looking for the percentage of capacity they're allowed to have now. Sarah's whispering the correct answer. Correct answer is A, 15%. I don't know if that's going to be enough to make it worth opening. I don't know if it's worth going given everything going on. The whole thing is bizarre to me. But that's the world we're living in. A, 55% of you got A, 15%. Question 2. What Detroit building is seen here? Here. Is it A, the Board of Water of Light? B, City Hall? No, B, City Hall. C, the Fisher Building. Or D, the Penobscot Building. Very famous building. But I'd throw you guys an easy one. Hopefully it's easy. Correct answer is, of course, C, Fisher Building, Detroit's Golden Tower. 91% of you got that right. Way to go, everybody. Question 3. In what war did the 1st Black Michigan Regiment, the 102nd United States Colored Infantry, fight? Is it A, the War of 1812? Is it B, the Civil War? Is it C, World War I? Or is it D, the Spanish-American War? And for the war that they fought in, and that is, of course, B, the Civil War. So there was 1,446 members of the 102nd, and 130 of which died throughout the Civil War. 55% of you got that right. Way to go. And that's 3 questions in game 2. That means we're taking a look at our leaderboard. All right, in 3rd place, 269 points, is Jared Bookmeyer. Way to go, J-Rod. In 2nd place, with 272 points, is Rebecca Grossman. And just edging her out is handsome Robbie Lynn, only 3 points ahead, 275 points. My buddy Omar's in the mix at 12th. Rigged Game is playing. Kamal, didn't you do well last game? Who else is here? Q Continuum, not doing so hot, but he'll come back. He's omnipotent. Or is it omniscient? I don't know. Probably both. Buzz New Year? I like that name. All right, question 4. What was the last year that downtown Detroit had a Formula One race, or Formula 1? Is it A, 1988? Is it B, 1985? Is it C, 1991? Or is it D, 1971? The last year Detroit had a Formula 1 race downtown. That is A, 1988. So last year we had that. Then they had what's called kart racing for a while. And of course now we have the Belle Isle Grand Prix, which is IndyCar. Question 5. What auto company's headquarters used to be in New Center across from the Fisher Building? The Fisher Building we just saw in that beautiful picture. Is it A, GM? Is it B, Chrysler? Is it C, Ford? Or is it D, DeLorean? Looking for which one used to be there. The name of the company was the name of the building. That is A, GM. There's actually tunnels that go underneath Grand Boulevard from the GM building, which is now Cadillac Place, over to the Fisher Building. 52% of you got that right. Way to go, everybody. Whether you got it right or not. Congratulations. Question 6. What city's mayor stepped down this week after making controversial comments? Is it A, Hazel Park? Is it B, Highland Park? Is it C, Harper Woods? Or is it D, Huntington Woods? Give you a hint, starts with an H. Ha, 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 ha. Shut up, Nick. Don't give hints. Correct answer is C, Harper Woods. Apparently, in an official meeting, he said he can see why people would be white supremacists, which doesn't fly, old man. Correct answer. Correct. 36% of you got the correct answer. 8 of you is how many that is. That sentence came out terribly. All right. Nick told me got to move on. In 8th place is my dad, Jerry Chezik, in line for that $5 to Boro. In 2nd place, Kamel Kanji, 429 points. In 1st place, handsome Robbie Lynn. In 3rd place, still very much in the mix, is Laura Dunn. Who else we got here? Connor Goods, 2nd to last place. Aunt Marge, not doing so hot this game, but we still love you. Question 7. What Detroit band is seen here in this photo? Is it A, MC5? Is it B, the Stooges? Is it C, the Gazebo Effect? Or is it D, D12? So, picture there, a nice white afro in the middle. And that is A, MC5 or Motor City 5. Gazebo Effect has no photos because we let the music speak for itself. Also, nobody wants to take pictures of us. 57% of you got that right. Way to go. On to question 8. How many drivers are needed to conduct the People Mover? Is it A, 1? Is it B, 4? Is it C, 2? Or is it D, 0? Looking for the number of conductors on the People Mover. And that answer is, not surprisingly to me, but maybe to you, D0. They're autonomous. And so 0 drivers, which is approximately the same number of people that ride the People Mover, interestingly enough. Sarah says she rides. When the last time you rode the People Mover? Exactly.
A year ago.
Question 9. Where does the Detroit Grand Prix take place? Is it A, Zug Island? Is it B, Belle Isle? Is it C, downtown? Or is it D, Grosse Ile? If you were paying attention earlier, I accidentally said the correct answer. So maybe I'll help you out. I'm all about giving. The correct answer there is B, Belle Isle. Hopefully 95% of you got that right. Hopefully at least a couple of you were helped out by my mishap. My loss is your gain. Let's take a look at our leaderboard. So in 8th place, Rebecca Grossman in line for that $5 to Boro. In 3rd place, 517 points in line for nothing. In 2nd place in line for both gift certificates is Kamel Kanji, only 2 points ahead of Will McDowell. And in 1st place, Jimmy Howard. Red Wings goalie Jimmy Howard has jumped up. All right, let's move on to question 10. From where is this photo taken? Is it A, Belle Isle? Is it B, Windsor? Is it C, the Riverwalk? Or is it D, the Manoogian Mansion? Looking for where the photo is actually taken from, not what it's taken of. The correct answer there is A, Belle Isle Beach, or just A, Belle Isle. All right, only 41% of you got that right. A lot of you thought Windsor, I could see that, but it is actually from Belle Isle. If you look closely, you can see the Belle Isle Bridge. Question 11. Who was the manager of the Tigers when they won the World Series in 1984? Is it A, Sparky Anderson? Is it B, Jim Leland? Is it C, Louis Anderson? Or is it D, Lou Brown? Looking for who the manager of the Tigers was when they won the World Series in 84. That is, of course, the legendary Sparky Anderson. Moving on to question 12. How many federal law enforcement officers are being sent to Detroit under Operation Legend? Is it A, 18? Is it B, 42? Is it C, 71? Or is it D, 19? being sent here ostensibly to help with gun violence, but you never know. Correct answer is B, 42. When has the federal government ever lied about anything, right? 74% of you got that right. Staying up on the news. Way to go. Question 13. What Detroit mayor went on to serve as president of the American Bar Association? Is it A, Ken Cockrell Jr.? Is it B, Dennis Archer? Is it C, Coleman Young? Or is it D, Kwame Kilpatrick? Obviously, this man was a lawyer. That helps you out. That is B, Dennis Archer. Kwame Kilpatrick actually went on to become the president of the American Behind Bar Association. Hey-o! Self-high five. Nobody else will do it. I'm not going to take matters in your own hands. Get it? Oh, God. Let's take a look at that leaderboard. All right, a little big mix-up here. In 8th place is Buzz New Year. Really wants that $5 to borrow. In 3rd place, with 810 points, is Miriam Pranchke. In 2nd place, handsome Robbie Lynn, rising like a phoenix from, I think he was like 12th earlier. And in 1st place, tending the nets and knowing the facts, Jimmy Howard. Question 14. That was not a good joke. Which of these museums is not in Detroit's Cultural Center Historic District? Is it A, the Detroit Historical Museum? Is it B, the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History? Is it C, the Motown Museum? Or is it D, the BIA? Which one is not in the Cultural Center? That is C, the Motown Museum. And 57% of you got that correct. Way to go. Let's take a look at our leaderboard before we get to our final question of the evening. So in 8th place, Buzz New Year staying strong there at 8th place. In 3rd place, 858 points is Miriam Pranchke. In 2nd place, handsome Robbie Lynn. Can he catch the current leader, Jimmy Howard? About 80 points separating, or exactly 80 points separating them. A lot of people are in striking distance. Shut up, Nick. Question 15. What artist is seen here applying his depiction of Andre the Giant on the Detroit Water Tower? Is it A, Banksy? Is it B, Salvador Dali? Is it C, Diego Rivera? Or is it D, Shepard Fairey? He was in town on commission from Dan Gilbert, if you remember. Correct answer there is D, Shepard Fairey. See if this changed anything with our final standings. Only 30% of you got that right. How you thought Banksy's never been photographed, though? Let's see, in 8th place, going on with $5 to borrow, is Michael Torres. Maybe Torres, I don't know. In 2nd place, with 932 points, going home with $5 to borrow and $5 at Bagley Central, is handsome Robbie Lynn. In 1st place, with 1,028 points, is Jimmy Howard. So, thank you for joining us for our 15th Urban Appeal Trivia. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Big shout out to this week's sponsor, Gracie Apothecary, to Boro for providing this sick shirt and a gift certificate, and to Bagley Central for providing a gift certificate. So until next week, be sure to tell your friends, your family, your orthodontist, your favorite dog to join us next week for more Herb Appeal Trivia. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and oh yeah, stay hungry. That's going to be interesting.
That's a crunch.
Now, that's a crunch. That's a JW crunch. Look at that bite I got, folks. Let's take the whole rest of that off. See the crunch? Aren't those cool? Maybe those myself. It's hard. It's a lot hard to eat there by now. Bye, everybody. Have a good week. Come on, man.